Sir, good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening. So, yeah, tell me. Just a minute. I will start the lesson. So, good evening. And today we are going to see Python generators and recursion. What is recursion, right? So, let's start. Okay, so Python generators. Okay, so to create a generator in Python, it is as easy as defining a normal function. Okay, so you can use your function as a generator. Okay, so but with a yield statement instead of return statement. So if you want to convert your function into generator, okay, you have to use return. So the difference between return and yield, okay, so yield we can do iterations. Iteration means like a for loop, you can access one by one. Okay, but a return you can't. So that is the difference between your yield and return statement. Okay, so if a function contains at least one yield statement, it may contain other yield or return statements, it becomes a generator function. If a function has a yield function, that function is called as generator. Okay, so both yield and return will return some value from a function. Both are returning some value, but you can do iteration in yield and but you can't do in your return function. Okay, the difference is that while a return statement terminates a function entirely, and yield statement passes the function saving all its states and later continues from there on successive calls. Okay, so the difference between normal function and the generator. Okay, so generator function contains one or more yield statements. Okay, so normal function don't. And when called, it returns an object iterator. So when we called generator, it returns iterator but does not start execution immediately. Okay, so method like iterators and next are implemented automatically, so we can iterate through the items using next. Okay, so once the function yields, the function is passed and the control is transferred to caller. Okay, so local variables and their states are recommended between successive calls. Calls means, so we are creating, or we are calling the functions, right? So by using their names. So finally, when the function terminates, stop iteration is raised. tries it automatically on further calls. Okay, so first we see a couple of examples in generators. Okay, so I have to convert the function into generator and to do some couple of examples in it. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so first I'm going to create a normal function like def func, then I give colon. Here I'm going to return some string like hello. Okay, then I'm going to call this, it prints hello. That's all. That's my normal function. Okay, so here I'm going to use yield. Just a minute, it gives error. I'll check. Okay, so in normal function you can just return your values, right? So whatever you want you can just return like this, right? So now I'm gonna create, or I'm gonna solve some list. Okay, so first I need to create a list. Here I'm gonna give 12 comma 23 comma 44 67 89 some values. Okay, so I want to get square root for these entire value. Okay, so by doing that in normal way I need to give def and func. Okay, then I need to pass the value here. Then after that I need to create some empty list in a normal way. Then I'm going to give for I in a, then colon. After that I'm gonna append those value into B, right? So like B dot append, and here I'm gonna do my logics like, right, double star 3 for cubing each value, right? So this is the authentic way. Then you need to return B, right? This is your authentic way. Now I'm gonna call my function. Here I need to pass the value, so it returns the cubes of this entire list, right? So the return function just returns the B. Okay, it won't yield or it won't iterate those things, right? So now we see how to do that in generator form. So here I'm going to give div, then I'm going to give fun, same function, and here I'm going to pass a. Then here I don't use a b. Okay, I just pass for I in a, then colon. Here I'm going to give just yield a. Okay, I'm gonna give just yield a, that's all. Okay, so now I'm gonna call my function. I'm going to pass a here, then it returns generator object func. It's a storage, right? So if you want to print that, you have to use for in function a, then colon print I. Okay, so it returns some values. Okay, so if you want to, here I'm going to give star right 3. Okay, so if you want to get the yield function in list form, okay, just give list, then here pass your function of a. It gives an error, so supports operand for double star or something or like, yeah, here you don't use that, so instead, okay, so I'm going to give I, because we are iterating a, right? So here we are using I for that. Then now you get the value, and here I'm going to give some tricks. Yeah, so now you get that, right? So you won't use the append method, and you don't want to create your empty list, and you don't want to return it. You just give for loop, then yield it. That's all. Okay, so it returns, it generates, actually it generates the value if the function has yield, and the function is called generator. Okay, so you can see the difference between those functions, and here we are using on empty list and append that, then return those values, and here we are directly yield it. Okay, we are directly yield it, then it returns the value. Okay, this is your generator function. Okay, then we have one method, that is next. I'm going to pass func a. I'm going to run this. Okay, so the next function is used to yield one by one, right? So now I'm going to give, then I'm going to run this, or you can store your function like a equal to fun of a. Okay, after that you can give that a into your fun. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, then you can run the next of a, it returns the next one. Then if you run one more time, it returns another one, and if you run another time, it goes with the iteration, like first it returns 1728, and this one next, and this one is next, and this one is next. Okay, it's an iteration, right? So the yield function, it returns the iterated value. Okay, that's why we are passing next to a, it returns next values. Okay, this is your generator. Do you have any doubt on generator?
No, sir.
Yeah, so we'll see one example, like Fibonacci series. Okay, so using yield function. Okay, so I'm gonna give def equal to fibo, like fibo, and here I just pass n and the colon. Here I'm gonna give for I in range, then I'm going to pass that n in here. Okay, so the Fibonacci series based on the maximum or the range. Okay, that's why I'm giving like this. Then I'm going to give yield. I just pass a. Before that I want to declare a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, because Fibonacci starts from 1. Okay, then it adds that value. First it returns 1, then it add before that, or if we have 1, the before of 1 is 0, and it adds both, then return 1 after that. So it returns 1 plus 1, sorry, 2, then after that 2 plus 1 is 3, then after that 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, that's a Fibonacci series, right? And here I'm going to give a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, and after that I'm going to give some logics like a comma b equal to b comma b plus a. Okay, the meaning is, first I need, I'll show that. Yeah, spelling is wrong. Okay, I'll show that. First, the Fibonacci series means it first written 1, then another 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, sorry, yeah, 2 plus 1 is 3, then 5, and 5 plus 3 is 8, then 8 plus 5 equal to 13, right? Yeah, so it adds the before values with the current value and gives the next one, right? So that's why I'm using a comma b equal to b plus a. Okay, so the means, first it returns a, we get 1, then I'm going to give a comma b equal to b comma b plus a. That means, so a then returns b, right? So first is first one, and a equal to b, then the 1 is stored into a, then it returns 1. After that, so it goes to here, and we get b plus a equal to 2 and returns 2. Then it goes to here, and b plus a means, so we have 2 and 1, and 2 plus 1 it returns 3, and the another loop we have 2 and 3 and it returns 5, and the another loop we have 3 and 5, it returns 8. Okay, so let's check. So then I'm going to call Fibo. So I'm going to give n value like 12. It returns 12 possible values. Okay, I'm going to run this. And it returns same. You have to convert it into list. Now you get the value. Okay, so total range is 12, 1 2 3 4 5, and it is from 12. Okay, so you can see the 1 plus 1 equal 2, and 1 plus 2 3, and 5 plus 8 13, 13 plus 8 21, 21 plus 13 34, and 31 plus 21 55, and 51 plus 34 89, 89 plus 55 144. This is your Fibonacci series by using generator. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so your generator topic has finished. Okay, so do you have any doubts? Do homeworks, and any doubts, text me, right? So next we'll go with recursion. That's an important topic in your Python. That is recursion. Recursion is the process of defining something in terms of itself. Okay, you are going to defining the for example, if you are taking function, you are going to defining the function inside your original function. That's all. That means recursion. Okay, so physical word example would be to place two parallel mirrors facing each other. Any object in between them, it be reflected recursively. Okay, it will be like continuously showing, right? So in Python, we know that a function called others functions. Okay, so we can call the others function. Okay, so it is even possible for the function to call itself. These types of construct are termed as a recursive function. So we are going to call the function name with the same function, with the same function. That is called recursion. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna create a normal function like fun. Then here I'm gonna give colon. Then just I'm gonna print batch 4 p.m. at Hope Foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna print this. I'm gonna call fun. Yeah, now get batch 4 p.m. at Hope Foundation, right? So now I want to run the same string into infinite times. Okay, I want to loop infinite times the same string. Okay, so by doing that, just simple way, you have to call the function inside the same function. That's all. Okay, so now I'm gonna first, you need to call the function, then after that it goes into inside the function and it prints batch 4 p.m. After that, here we have function, then it goes to the that same function, then it prints 4 p.m. and we have function, then it goes to there and prints. It loops infinite times. Okay, in Python, there's a limit for recursion. You have to do 1000 or 2000 times. Okay, so then it will print the error. The error is recursion only allowed for some like 2000 or 3000 times. That's okay. So if you want to increase that infinite times, you can by using some libraries. Okay, first I'm going to run this. Okay, now you can see here we are just using function, then we are calling that function. It loops the function inside it, right? So now we get the batch 4 p.m. at Hope Foundation infinite times. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, you can see the error because in Python, it allows some, it allows like for 2000 or 3000 times only for recursion. Okay, so if you want to more times, you can set your value. Okay, so here I'm gonna set my value like, so by setting that, you have to import sys library, sys. Okay, you have to import sys library first. So I'm going to import here, import sys, then you need to go sys dot tab. Here you have to choose get recursion limit, because first we need to get the recursion limit here. Okay, I'm going to run this. Okay, then here I'm going to give func returns full value. Okay, then I'm going to call the fun here. Here also it returns full of that value. You can also set that value. Okay, so you can also define like okay, here I'm gonna give print for that. Okay, so just give print, then again I'm gonna give here. So I need to remove the function here, function call. And here also I'm gonna remove that. So system dot get recursion limit. Okay, then here I'm going to give system dot tab, and instead of get you can use set. Okay, set, then you can set the value, the limit into whatever you want. I'm going to set 4000, and then here I'm going to give get recursion limit. Okay, so now the recursion limit has changed into 4000. Okay, so now you can call your function and it runs 4000 loops. Okay, so still is running. So okay, and here I'm gonna do some logics for confirming how many loops are going. Okay, so here I'm going to give global I, because if you want to use this I into your function, you need to declare the I as a global variable. That's why I'm giving like this. Okay, then after that I'm gonna give I equal to uh, like I plus equal 1. Okay, so now here I'm gonna run, or I'm gonna give I comma batch. So now you can get the value. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna switch from here. You can see the that is almost 3742. Okay, after that the kernel is restarting, that's why it cuts that value. Okay, so it almost 3742, we are giving 4000, right? So it almost runs 3742. Okay, so you can set your recursion looping limit by using sys. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Now I'm going to show how to do factorial by using your recursion. Okay, done. So the factorial means many of them, I think so. I think you already know that, like factorial means if I want to calculate 5 factorial. Okay, so 5 factorial means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's my factorial, right? So that's my factorial. The result is my factorial of 5. Okay, so now we are going to do like this. So I'm going to create a function, okay, like fact, then I'm going to give n and colon, then here I need to give if the function returns 0. Okay, if the function returns 0, I need to give the 0 factorial is 1. Okay, so n equal 0, then I'm going to return 1. That's all. Okay, then after that, outside the if statement, I'm going to call, or I'm going to return, then here I'm going to first I need to multiple n star, then here I'm going to pass fact into n minus 1, because the factorial is 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, and 4 minus 1 is equal to 3, and 3 minus 1 is equal to 2, and 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Then 1 minus 1, 0 is 0. That's why I'm giving if the n equal to 0, it returns 1. Okay, so actually it comes here, and we get 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now I'm going to pass my fact value. So I'm going to find the factorial of 12. It returns some value. I'm going to give the factorial of 5. It returns 120. I'm going to give the factorial of 2. It returns 2. I'm going to give the factorial of 0. It returns 1. Okay, so now we have calculated the factorial of some number by using recursion. Okay, do you have any doubts on recursion?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay, that's all, and today's topic is over. Your generator and your recursion. Okay, so both are important topics, right? So okay, then thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.